Minnesota Department of Agriculture Commissioner Thom Petersen joining us from his horse farm near Pine City, Minnesota. And Thom, this is a question that we've gotten a couple of times, and that's why I wanted to talk to you today. Are farm animals as a food source, crops, or any of our groundwater or wells at risk because of COVID-19?
No, there really isn't anything that shows that scientifically. Our food is very safe to eat, and our production systems in Minnesota are very safe, and consumers should have confidence in their food and their food system in Minnesota.
Let's talk about this. How is the Department of Agriculture ensuring the public that grading and inspections will continue to be done to the standards that we've come to know? Because of COVID-19, a lot of people aren't even allowed to go into work.
Very important. You know, we started to take steps a couple of weeks ago to prepare for this, and so we are continuing our inspections. Our inspectors are following protocols, whether it's social distancing, advance notice, but we need to ensure that that food is safe, and it is safe. And also in Minnesota, we have an abundance of food. We do have some supply chain issues right now, moving it around as people are stockpiling different food products. And so business continues at the Department of Agriculture to ensure that we have a safe, affordable, and accessible food supply for Minnesotans.
What are you hearing from our farmers? Because I know that you are very much in touch with farmers. And what are they saying to you?
You know, great question. We just held a stakeholder call with over 50 farmers and ag groups and companies just a few minutes ago. And what they're saying is, that we do talk about the integrity of our food supply and that it is sound and we have food available. But farmers do have concerns as we move into worker shortages, daycares, just like any other business. Remember, cows still have to be milked, hogs need to be fed. Those supply chains have to be there. And so very important as some of the things we're hearing. We're hoping that our bigger plants and institutions stay open and that we don't have further supply chains. Farmers are worried about the markets. We already have low prices for farmers, and this is going to be hard. So we do urge people to keep farmers in their thoughts.
On your website, there is a place on the COVID-19 page that says that the Department of Agriculture helps with daily living, help with food, heat, electricity, health care, and different types of programs. How does the Department of Ag help in those areas?
Yeah, one of the great things that we have at the Department of Agriculture is we have farm advocates who can talk to farmers that are having a hard time, free of charge. We also have mental health counseling. So really appreciate you mentioning our website. Farmers can go to our website, go to mnstress.com. They can look at our 1-800 number. There's a lot of resources there where we can connect farmers with those resources that they may need and help and assistance in finding the things that you mentioned.
I love our farmers so very much. Have a long line of farmers in my family, Thom. There has been so much talk about mental health. How we want to make sure that farmers get the help that they need. We're all feeling some anxiety over this.
Absolutely, you know, and just continuing that 2019 was an incredibly tough year for our farmers, with a late harvest, the wettest year on record, low prices, and then to have this compound going into this year. There is some positive news as our trade markets we can get going with Mexico, Canada, and hopefully China as we move past this. But farmers are resilient, they're creative, innovative, and already I've seen farmers provide solutions and ideas as how we can work through this together as Minnesotans.
We depend on them greatly, and I appreciate what you do for our farmers. Thom, thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to visit.